Alright, this is the All-American Prepper, back again here on your friendly neighborhood illegal harboring sacrilegious transsexual Mexican Canadian Prepper channel. Now, I told myself before that I would never come on this channel again. It's against everything I stand for. Regardless, I'm here to do God's work, and I'm making it my goal to turn Canadian Prepper from the dark side if it's the last thing I do. Now, Canadian Prepper, in all his racially handicapped glory, has invited me to review a video by some California Tinkerbell by the name of City Prepping. Now, apparently in this video, he's trying to tell people how to process firewood. So let's see what this fancy boy has to say. Now, first off, I can tell just by looking at him that he ain't right with God. Now, I know Jesus said, don't judge lest not ye be judged, except if it's a communist, which he is, so I'm going to judge him. I can tell you right now that the city is the absolute last place you want to be. The city is just a soon-to-be FEMA camp for all these non-believing Homo sapien types, if you know what I mean. And I said before, I ain't no Homo sapien, and I don't endorse Homo sapien rights. You can call me backwards all you want. The Lord above calls me blessed. Now, I'm sorry I have to interrupt once again, but it ain't uncommon for these sun-worshipping socialist sons of bitches to try to put in their subliminables so that they can start to get into our brains and try to brainwash us and take us farther from Jesus. Anybody with two eyes to see can see that that logo is tainted by the blood of Lucifer himself. You can take that low-down communist hammer and sickle and shove it straight up your ass. Anyways, I apologize. I just got a little passionate. Let's get into the video.
You can show your support for this channel by
I show my support by taking you to church.
Providing feedback in the comments section, and don't forget as a subscriber to click the bell icon below to get updates.
I won't be doing that.
Hey YouTube, this is City Prepping. After a disaster, having the ability to actually go out and harvest and process your own wood,
You ain't gonna survive.
some of those that have not actually, used these type of tools.
Never mind those folks, they gonna die.
There can actually be safety issues if you don't use it properly.
Tough shit. Now here's my philosophy on safety. Safety's for pussies, man. Now sure, this haphazard way of doing things might lead to loss of life and limb and eyesight, but it's gonna let you get stuff done faster. So don't let these sissified, overregulated sissy boys try to come at you with this safety bullshit. You just getting there bareback, assholes and elbow grease is all you need. Let God do the rest.
First of all, I want to thank Fiskars, who is our sponsor on this channel.
Fiskars? Now here's your problem right here, buddy. Fiskars is grade A bullshit. Everybody knows that. You might as well go get you one of those Bear Grylls NOS from Walmart and make paracord bracelets with your little boyfriends around the fire on a Saturday night. What you need is a Husqvarna 60cc 22-inch chainsaw. At least 2 of them. Because remember, 2 is 1 and 1 is you're done.
For video, they provided us with all the different tools that we're going to talk about today in this video.
Of course they did. They want to get rid of that bullshit.
These are just gear-driven loppers. And
more like Cindy Lauper. Now listen here, boy. What are you planning on doing in the apocalypse with some of your darn hedge trimmers? You gonna trim your hedges, make it all nice and pretty, roll out the red carpet to these marauders so they can stomp you and your family out? Come on now, boy. We ain't trying to put the welcome mat out and ring the dinner bell. Grow a pair, get a damn chainsaw.
we'll talk about the different techniques, how to safely harvest.
Never mind techniques. You spend the right amount of money, you're gonna let the tools do the work. And let me tell you something else that's wrong with this axe that this guy's using right here. If your axe ain't at least worth about $200 and wasn't made on the mountaintop of some faraway land by some guy whose name you can't pronounce, it's probably Chinese bullshit made by a red Chinaman in some red Chinese country. But I'm sure you don't lose any sleep when your Maoist red Chinese brethren are taking all our god darn jobs. Everything you own and you put in your bug out bag should be for the purpose of lasting indefinitely in the wilderness. In spite of the fact that they're known to be reliable, they're cost effective, and they're readily available at your local hardware store, you need to just not buy this stuff on principle and choose Jesus in your life instead. What you need to do is always stick to the traditional woods tools. The synthetic handle is probably going to break in 15 years. What if you have to be out there in the post-apocalyptic wilderness for 16 years? You're probably going to die. So you need to keep it traditional with everything except your jacked up truck and your big ass chainsaw.
When it actually comes to processing firewood, two things that you definitely need to have are a good pair of leather gloves and...
Yeah, you might as well put on a dress while you're at it too. Go in the kitchen and make me a sandwich. Come on now.
You'll see that there's some actual wood that has fallen on the ground over here like this.
Yeah, don't be bothering with that. Now here's your problem, buddy. I mean, what are you, a squirrel? A beaver? You trying to build a bird's nest or something? You got 50,000 trees around you, and here you are looking on the ground. Now, I don't care if it's a natural park or not. You need to start cutting them trees down. That's what they're there for. Let me tell you a little bit of something about nature. Nature is the devil. The good Lord made us stewards of the land to make sure that we can keep nature and all her evil machinations under control. And I'm telling you right now, it's your duty and God-given right to completely destroy this planet irrespective of any possible consequences whatsoever. Because I said so. Besides, we're going to need places to park our trucks. Or in your case, hell, probably a Prius. We need to get rid of as much nature as possible to get ready for the second coming of Christ.
Let's take our bow saw. We've got a nice, almost like a workstation, so to speak.
Yeah, not gonna last you all 5 minutes to
The good
burn.
thing about this is that it's
One of my fires anyways. Probably not you city boy toothpick fires. You ain't cutting nothing with that.
So a lot of times people will actually use their knuckles sometimes.
That's right, that's how you're supposed to do it.
This is a very dangerous thing to do because...
Who gives a shit? Listen, it might be dangerous, but it lets you get it done faster. Time is money, man. Come on.
So one of the advantages of the bow saw is I can actually reach through and grab...
Yeah, what are you trying to do? Yoga? In the time it take you make a video like this here, I've already done cracked a cold one, sitting on the patio with a nice well-cooked burger in one hand and beer in the other, with my gas-powered barbecue. Are you sitting here pissing around building a beaver dam? Now, I can tell you right now, you might have time to piss around like this right now, but come the apocalypse, you ain't gonna have time to be sawing no twigs with no bow saw. Now, in spite of my total lack of respect for the radical, Islamicized, transgender, harboring, illegal Canadian prepper, at least he has the good sense to get himself a Silky Katanaboy, which is made by some Chinaman somewhere. That's one thing that was made by them Maoist Chinese that's actually good.
Silky saws are actually made in Japan.
China, Japan, same thing.
Japan and China are actually worlds apart in terms of cultural practices.
Listen, boy, I had about enough of you. You just watch your mouth. You just do your video editing and all your fancy intros and infographics and keep your mouth shut. Men are talking here.
Should you skip out while you're sawing, you're not going to actually jump into your hand, which is a very easy thing to do. These blades are obviously very, very sharp. So
yeah, if you're a dumbass, that might happen. It ain't working at all by the looks of things, buddy. Only thing working is your mouth flapping away. That's right. Come on now. Get to work.
Okay, so now we have the piece of wood that we just sawed off the tree a second ago.
Yeah, now you got 5 minutes of wood. Congratulations, Mr. City Slicker. Now here's the thing. You don't need to be breaking this down any more than it is. Don't listen to these lesbian Smokey the Bear types. The forest is there for you to bleed bone dry. You and your damn Cyndi Lauper once again. Ain't you's a daisy. Come on, boy, kick that. You ain't need to cut that. Put 1 foot on there and break it off. Ain't that hard. What is this, pruning school? I got a few suckers on the tree out back you can prune while you're at it. Pay you $5 an hour. Might as well, if you're harboring illegals, you might as well work for their wage.
So it's just a simple swing that you want to use an arc over the top of your head.
Alright, swing it. I know you city boys like to swing in all directions, so let's see if you can swing that axe like a man. Here he goes with trigonometry and his calculus. Don't you bust out your calculator, Poindexter.
Last thing you want to do is have this bounce into your leg and cause an injury.
Especially if you're a sissy boy.
Pick up wood from a local place that sells wood.
Sells wood.
Online should give you some
You were just standing in a forest full of trees and you're gonna go buy some wood. These city boys ain't too bright. Now he's got some gangster rap music playing in the background. I don't approve of that. What you need is some of that good God-fearing music like Johnny Cash, Merle Haggard. Cleanse your spirit a bit.
Again, safety first. Let's be sure to put on our gloves and
Yeah,
goggles.
don't forget your dress, sissy boy.
Next, let's stand in front of our log, measure the distance of the place we want to strike.
Yep, measured, equilateral, trigonometric, calculus, and all the rest of the bullshit. Just get to chopping already.
Downward swing. Focus on the point of impact. Slide your hand down the handle to
That's it, chop it up. Come on now.
Bend your waist
2 swings and you still haven't cracked that egg yet. Let's go.
Sometimes on the first hit, you won't split the wood, but simply continue.
Especially if you're you.
As well to increase
There you go.
force being delivered.
There you go, boy. There you
For
go.
larger pieces of wood, you might
getting
consider
better.
a large maul, which allows you to drive a
Wasn't for that Snoop Doggy Dogg playing in the background, you might have won my respect by now. There you go, boy. You got yourself a maul. Now this is probably the most respectable item I done seen in this video. An 8-pound maul. It looks cool, it's big, it's shiny, and it does a lot of damage and breaking stuff. It has my total approval, I'll give you that.
Which is also great for those that are a little uncomfortable splitting wood on top of
Never mind those people, they're probably gonna die.
Again, look for the existing split in the wood to make it easy.
You know, man, you make it sound like you're trying to land a man on the moon or something. Just split the damn wood already. We know they never went to the moon anyways because the earth is flat, like 7 Preppers Trumper said it was. Blah, 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 blah. You know, you just keep doing your algebra while these big-chested, transgendered Mexican illegal marauders in the post-apocalypse going to be stuffing you in the lockers and stealing your lunch money.
Starting creating your own kindling. Now that we've split the wood down into smaller pieces,
Now here's my problem with kindling. Man, kindling's for pussies. All you need to do is get yourself some gasoline. The best fire starter out there money can buy. It's cheap, it's abundant, it's everywhere. Use it. Now the one good prep I would recommend to city prepping, and I'm actually going to do the honors of sending him one on my behalf out of my own pocketbook. I'm going to send him a Silky Bigboy 2000 XL. This is probably one of the best Chinese made saws that money can buy.
The saws aren't made in China.
Yeah, I know it ain't made in China.
The saws are made in Japan, not China. Big difference.
Well, pardon me, Monsieur Canadian Prepper. I can't discern one Charlie from another. They all look the same to me. Anyways, for all you politically correct sons of bitches out there, it turns out that the Silky Bigboy is actually handcrafted in Japan by one of them ninjas over there. All I know, man, is that this saw gets the job done. Probably one of the best saws on the market. No word of a lie. So for all you Yankee Doodle dandies of the North, that fairy Canadian Prepper is going to post a link down here in the description that's going to take you to one of the best saws made by a red Chinese on earth. I mean a red Japanese. Same damn thing, man.
Right tools and having the right skill sets can be very, very important during
Something you don't have. Alright, now my final evaluation of this guy's channel and all my infinite expertise and prepping wisdom is probably about a 2 out of 10. But because he done associate with that culture appropriating snowflake, biracial Canadian prepper son of a bitch, I'm gonna have to give him a 1 out of 10. Wasn't for that, he might have got a 2, hell, even a 3. But he had to move from Texas to California. That's enough for me not to trust him. I'll tell you what, though, I want you to be the judge. You go on down, subscribe to City Prepping's channel, and let him tell you how not to do it in the apocalypse. And you come back to old All-American Prepper if you want to learn the tricks of the trade, know how to survive the end all and be all of all days. Now I gotta go take a round out of Canadian Prepper for interrupting me in this video. Godspeed.